Yo, what is going on, guys? Flashverse here, and welcome back to another video on Star Wars Episode 9, otherwise entitled Rise of Skywalker, and this will be my spoiler review for Star Wars Episode 9. So if you guys haven't watched the movie, then stop watching this video, because as I said, I will be covering some spoilers. But before I do the review, however, you guys don't forget to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel so you're aware of more Star Wars content coming your way. Now for this spoiler video, I'm just gonna go over like the main parts. Otherwise, this video will be way too long if I go over every single bit. So like those holy crap moments, things like that. I will just go over that. But before I do that, I will give a quick non-spoiler review for those who didn't watch my non-spoiler review. So I absolutely loved this movie. Definitely my favorite Star Wars movie so far. You guys will absolutely love this movie if you didn't watch it yet. The lightsaber battles, though, are still at the same quality, but still, like it's still a really good movie, and it does answer a lot of remaining questions for fans. Okay, now spoiler alert. You have been warned. Now I will be going over like those main spoilers basically. So the first thing I want to talk about is Rey. So we got the reveal that she is a Palpatine. Now, what did I expect? Did I expect this? Yes, I did. But definitely not at the very start. So I definitely knew that she wasn't a Skywalker since we met her. Although like she was able to use the Force, and like she was pretty powerful at it. So apart from that, you would, because of her like power in the Force and stuff like that, you would think that she is a Skywalker. But I'm like, nah, I'm not falling for this, because like her accent wasn't an American accent. Now I know that she was raised from like different people, but still, like Leia, Luke, Anakin, all the Skywalker families do have like a American accent, but she had a totally different accent. But still, although she was very powerful, I didn't fall for it. Like I definitely knew that she wasn't a Skywalker. Now, what I did think that she was, though, I thought that she would have been a Kenobi at the start, but like, because like she was very wise and she could use the Force and things like that, and her accent matched as well. So like, she had that British accent like Obi-Wan Kenobi, but like she wouldn't have had like a light brown hair. And if she was a Kenobi, then like who would have been like Obi-Wan's wife if she had one? I would have predicted that to be, I can't remember her name, the girl from Clone Wars, Satine, whatever her name was. I would have predicted it to be that. But then the Rise of Skywalker trailer came in, and then we hear Palpatine laugh. And then since then I called it. I'm like, Rey is a Palpatine, confirmed. Because like think about it, like why would they just like bring back like the Emperor like 30 plus years later just for this movie? Like there must be a reason, and that reason is that she would have been a Palpatine. So I ended up being correct after that Rise of the Skywalker first trailer. But then take the L for those who have been making fun of me. My friends basically, who's like, nah, you're out of your mind. This guy's not a Palpatine. If my friends are watching this video and you're a Star Wars fan, you would know who you are. So take the L, and I bet you're speechless right now. Now, was it cool? Yes. Yes, it was. She was really, really cool. She was very powerful in this movie, and it was very cool seeing her become a Palpatine. And like the power she has now like makes a lot of sense. But Rey is the granddaughter of the Emperor. So we knew that Rey's dad was hiding Rey from Palpatine because he wanted her to take the throne and become Empress Palpatine. When and then when Rey confronted Palpatine, that entire scene was just so sick, filled with tension and stuff. It like the entire thing from those scenes with Palpatine in it gave me chills, and that music, hearing that again, just wow. Now, was unbelievably powerful to a point where he like used Force lightning on an entire fleet, and like I was about to shout like oh crap in the cinema. Like he was so powerful, and he did look very scary. Like at towards the start of the video, like he had some like missing fingers. He had no eyes, and he just looked like completely wasted and stuff. And he even had like this robot carrying him. Like you could see that he could like struggle to move, and like he had like fluids around him as well. Like, and then like the fact that he's located in an underground, like unknown, completely unknown place was just so much scarier. And he also stole some power from Rey and Kylo as well, which was never expected. Now they never explained how like Palpatine survived that fall from what was it called, Return of the Jedi, but we do find out that Palpatine created Snoke, and he was the one who orchestrated voices of different Siths to confuse Kylo Ren. Now Kylo Ren in this movie, like he tried to, he wants to like be like the leader of like the First Order, like any Sith Lord, Sith things and stuff like that. So like, towards like the first 10 minutes of the movie, we do see him like collect like some Sith artifacts, and then he finds the place where Palpatine is located, and he goes and confronts him, and then Palpatine is like, "Bring me, kill the girl." Now we had Rey go to Octu to like try and find her place, if you know what I mean, because like she failed to do something, and she's trying to do what Luke did and just stay there and stuff, just because like she failed to like save. Well, she thought that she failed to save Chewie when we knew that he was taken to another place. So for those who don't know what I mean, who don't know what I'm talking about, it's when she tried to use the Force to stop the ship from flying, and Kylo Ren was trying to like stop her basically, and then like she was like filled with anger, and then she accidentally shoots Force lightning at the ship instead of dragging it back, and blows up the ship, and she thought that she killed Chewbacca. It was a very shocking scene, but it was still very cool. But anyways, so we've also seen Rey do some like Force healing powers as well, and I didn't know that Jedi's had that like specific power, but it was just so cool seeing that. Now in Octu, she encounters Force Ghost Luke Skywalker, and it was when she tries to burn the Skywalker lightsaber, and when she throws it at the fire, Force Ghost Luke comes up and like catches the lightsaber and says, "A Jedi's weapon deserves more respect." And like I agree with him. Like she was about to like burn that like centuries old lightsaber. Like what on earth is wrong with her? Now one very cool reveal we get is when Luke mentions a gift from Leia, and we find out that it was Leia's lightsaber. And I was like speechless. I was just like, what? And we get this cool flashback where between Luke and Leia, and they're basically training with lightsabers, and it was very cool. Now we had Rey take Leia's lightsaber. Now also Luke is like, okay, you have everything you need to go to that place to encounter Palpatine. So Luke raises the X-Wing out of nowhere, and Rey leaves Octu to encounter her grandfather. Now we had a Han Solo cameo as well, which was very cool. I don't know, like they didn't really explain like how he was able to come over there, because like we know that Han Solo isn't like Force related or things like that. Like he's a normal human being, like he has nothing to do with the Force or something. So I was pretty shocked seeing him over there, and I had no idea how they did it. Now one like really nice thing we had is that we had the redemption of Kylo Ren, and he becomes Ben Solo again, when later he becomes a Jedi again, and he gets such sick abilities in this movie. He's just so powerful, and his like Force projection thing plays a massive role in this movie. Now Kylo Ren learns how to like Force heal the wounded after he becomes a Jedi again, but then they like completely wasted this character in the end of the movie, in my opinion, as like he died saving Rey, which is a good way like to end the Kylo Ren character, but like they could have done so much with him, but like we just got like the guy's redemption, so it would have been really cool if we've seen this character survive, and like we get like future movies on him, which I know would have never happened either way, but it would have been really cool seeing Kylo Ren survive. But seeing him die also was quite shocking, and it was still really cool, like seeing him like bring someone from the dead back to life. Now, Kylo Ren also had my favorite scene in the movie as well, and it's when like Kylo was trying to fight the Knights of Ren alone with nothing, and he uses his force projection to reach to Rey, and then Rey like throws her lightsaber like like Palpatine thought that Rey was going to kill him, but then she like puts the lightsaber backwards and drops it, and then Kylo Ren takes that lightsaber and then wields it and then kills the Knights of Ren with Luke's lightsaber, and it was just so cool. Like that scene gave me the most goosebumps out of any other scene, probably besides one, which I've already mentioned. And Palpatine, as I said, man, that guy is scary. Now we had Palpatine versus Rey and Kylo Ren, and Palpatine says, "Your grandfather betrayed me, so I'll deal with you first." So that's when he like does his things with Kylo Ren, and then he uses the Force to suck out both Kylo Ren and Rey's power, in which he gets his full power back. So he gets his like scary yellow eyes back, he gets his fingers back, and he uses Force lightning on an entire fleet, which was another amazing scene. Now, the way Rey defeats Palpatine in was a pretty cool way. Like she passed out, and then we hear like voices of previous Jedi's, and we hear Ahsoka. Like I saw this from the credits, well, because I thought there would have been a post credit scene, so I waited. So in the credits, I saw the voice characters, and in the characters it showed Ahsoka, Anakin, Obi-Wan, Mace Windu, Yoda, and Qui-Gon Jinn. But Anakin's line especially, "Bring balance to the Force like I did," just wow. Anakin is my favorite character in Star Wars, and just hearing his voice and hearing that line just gave me goosebumps. Now, they were pretty much like giving Rey these voiceovers from the Jedi's were pretty much giving Rey her strength. Well, Palpatine is using his Force lightning to hit Rey, and then Rey is blocking the lightsaber with Luke's lightsaber. Well, Anakin's lightsaber, and then she takes Leia's lightsaber as well, and like she makes a big X, and all that lightning deflects and hits Palpatine, and that's how Palpatine dies. Is this a bad way to end Palpatine? Yes, it is, but it was still very cool with the way they did it. Now, in the ending, Rey goes to Tatooine in that house which Luke grew up in. She takes both lightsabers, Leia's and Anakin's, and buries them. But then we look at Rey's staff, and she wields it, and we get this like cool yellow lightsaber, and I'm just like, what? There's no way that they're ending it like this. And I definitely won't be surprised if we do see Rey in future movies, just because of the way that they ended this movie. It was just so shocking, and like just don't be surprised if we see future movies with Rey. And then we had this like lady approach Rey, and then she's like, "Who are you?" And then we had the Force projections of Leia and Luke show up, and she's like, "I'm Rey Skywalker." Is this a bad way for her to adopt the name? Yes, but like I do see why she did do this, because like Palpatine has like so much blood and like evil in that name, so she would have wanted to get rid of it, and just Rey wouldn't be enough. So she wants to take the Jedi and then become a Skywalker. Now, lastly, to end this video, the tag team between Rey, Finn, and Poe was pretty cool, and Poe did get his own side story as well, and he got a lot more screen time, which was also a very positive thing in my opinion. Now, C-3PO's memories were going to be wiped as well. I'm just like, no, don't do this. But then, thank the Lord, R2 was able to restore his memories back. Overall, this movie was my favorite movie in entire Star Wars. As I said, it was my favorite one by far. Rey, she became one of my favorite Star Wars characters ever. Like, she's probably in my like top 3, top 5. She is third place. I would put her like Anakin Skywalker, he's my number 1. Obi-Wan Kenobi, he's my number 2. And I would put Rey in number 3, but I don't know. That I could like, cause like I really like Luke and Yoda as well. But man, like Rey literally shocked me in this movie to a point where like I loved this character. But yeah, anyways, I would give this movie a 10 out of 10 rating. I just love this movie so much. And Kylo Ren as well, seeing his redemption, it was just very well done. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video.